Welcome to another episode of the brand called You, a podcast and podcast show that brings you leadership lessons, knowledge, experience, and wisdom from thousands of successful individuals from around the world. I am your host, Ashutosh Garg, and today I'm delighted to welcome an accomplished food entrepreneur from Pune, India, Sahana Hallur. Sahana, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Ashutosh. Thank you.
Thank you. Sahana, in her own words, is a mompreneur and she's the proprietor of Foodelovery. Uh, Her key products are granola bars, dry fruit bars, makhanas, puffkeens, and matris. So, Sahana, before we start getting into Foodelovery, uh, tell me a little bit about your own journey and what made you shift from a homemaker to becoming a mompreneur.
Thank you, Ashutosh. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to tell about Foodelovery. My journey always, I used to always, be a full-time mom for 22 years of my life. I was a mom, and whatever my children's dream were, I was fully dedicated to their children's dream.
Right.
And when my daughter was pursuing for her JEE exams and she wanted to be a physicist, her dreams became my dream, and my whole world circulated around the children. And once she grew up, she got into her further studies. Then there was a full space in me. And that time the question arose that who am I in so many roles of my life? I
Yeah,
was a good daughter. I was a good wife. I was a good daughter-in-law. And I was a good mom. Where I just forgot about myself. And when that space came into me, that time it realized that the question, the first thought that came is, who am I in all this? What are
correct.
my potentials? What are
Yeah,
my energy levels? So at that moment, I thought that I should do something of my own. And I have so much of energy, so much of potential, so much of energy in me, so much of enthusiasm in me. That time that the first thought came that I should do something of my own apart from all this. I should
Hmm.
have my own identity. So
And that's
what
how it
else?
started.
Yeah, that's what else had started it from being a mompreneur to an entrepreneur.
Amazing, amazing.
Thank you.
And Sahana, were there any early life experiences or your personal values that shaped your determination to pursue something of your own?
Absolutely. Always that thought was there. As I told you, I was playing of part of different roles. In
Hmm.
all these roles, I used to always feel that, I should have something of my own. But that roles was so important for me that I did not have the time or energy to think about myself. I had to do my duty first. So, and from the childhood, I was always a tomboy. There was no tree in the neighborhood that I climbed. And I
Hmm.
was always an enthusiastic, energetic person. And moreover, my guru, my Mahatria, has always taught me very early in my life that whatever you say it, you have to do it.
Hmm.
So, and I started with his implementation. Whatever is smallest of small thing, also I used to say I used to do it.
Hmm.
And I truly believe that I'm not a big thinker, but
Hmm.
implementation is at the core strength of me.
Amazing.
Whatever I'll say it, I'll do it.
Amazing.
So these were the two qualities which really taught me that I should do something of my own.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And as you look back at your journey, what are any surprising lessons you have learned about yourself once you started Food Lovery?
Ashutosh, I started this Foodelovery at the very young age of 45.
I know.
That itself is a big surprise for me. And the things that followed by, and starting a business is a simple thing, but maintaining it, sustaining it, nurturing it, taking it into a different level is totally a different part of it. And every stage of this business has taught me so many things. Um, doing the branding, doing the product designing, doing the marketing, doing the sales. Every step is a learning for me, and I really owe it to Foodelovery that she has taught me so much in life.
Absolutely. So let's talk about Food Lovery now. What was the inspiration behind the name Food Lovery, and what was the first product you ever sold?
Foodelovery is just as simple as food delivered with love.
Ah,
So, as I told you before, with so many roles of life, that time only when the thought came that who am I in this, the COVID hit. And then there were people over here, senior citizens, who really needed that nutritional food. So then the journey started. And then the food also, which I used to make, was with love. And my son that time was 11 years old. He used to go and deliver the food at their place. And not only delivering, not only making, bringing the ingredients, making the products, packaging, everything was so much with love. So then we came up with the word that why don't we say it as food delivery? It's food delivered with love. It's Foodelovery.
Fantastic. And one was, of course, food that you were delivering, but you've branched out into many new things. So, what is the story behind some of your most popular products, like granola bars or puffkeens?
We have some very loyal customers, Mr. Deepak Borade, who is an MD of a company, and he's a fitness freak. And of course, my husband is a total fitness freak. And Deepak Borade is a marathon runner, where they came out, reached out to me and said that why don't you do something of natural and energy booster? So then I did all my research, lot of thinking went into that, and I did a lot of trial and errors. And now you know that mass production is with lot of preservatives, lot of
Mm,
the artificial colors. So that thought was always there in me that I should do something with natural ingredients,
mm,
with no
mm.
preservatives, so no artificial colors. So then a lot of research went into that, and then with dry fruits and dates, I created this something called as a granola bar.
Oh, wow.
And it's fully natural, and it's only made up of dates. So that's why the granola bars came into existence. And once the sweet thing has come, कुछ चटपटा तो होना चाहिए सब लोगों को, मीठा के बाद चटपटा होना चाहिए. So then we started doing with puffkeens. This is actually puffkeens is puffs made up of jawar, bajra, ragi, corn, and it was a namkeen. So we brought it the name as a puffkeen, and it has
Mm.
zero oil in that. So, and these two products really became a super hit.
Wow, wow. And how did you scale up from one person into a multi employee team? And what were some of your challenges?
As I told you before, this all started with COVID,
Hmm.
and it was only a family business. I bring in the ingredients, cooking. My daughter used to do the packaging. My son used to go and deliver. My husband used to look after the finances.
Hmm.
So as demand increased, our house helps also became the part of employee.
Hmm.
Unknowingly, they also started taking so much of interest in the
Hmm.
business. Then I could see the shift in them. They were not called as a house helps. They were called
Hmm.
as an employee of the
Hmm.
company. And the
Hmm.
same zeal, the same fire which we had, they
Hmm.
started having. And then house help is just one thing, but they got that so much of identity as an employee of a company
Hmm.
that I could see that thing in their eyes. So the shift was, and then slowly now we have three full-time employees and three part-time employees. Then they're just not an employee, they're much more than employee
Yeah,
for us in the company.
absolutely. And you must have done so much for all of them because, as you said, they got a lot of self-worth
Yeah.
as they become employees of a company. So my next question, Sahana, is for most brands, getting it publicized is a big challenge.
Yeah.
What marketing strategies worked best for you for a homegrown brand like Food Lovery?
Uh, it was very much challenging for me, uh, since it was a home brand, and keeping it as a home brand is different part of it. But now when we want to scale it and bring it to the next level, it was a big challenge. First, we thought about going in for the social media, but then in social media there's so much of big players, and where we will stand in that. So it was a big challenge. So at that moment, I had to decide. I had to take a call that I have to get down into the markets, go into my fit. I stood outside the gym. Outside the gym, I stood outside the malls to tell people what this means, which is so much of natural and it is homemade. And then once that is settled, and then we started with corporate stalls, exhibitions, marathon exhibitions. And once that hang we got, then we decided that we'll go in for social media marketing. And once the social media marketing came into place, then the logo designing, then the branding, then the packaging designing, then the
Yeah.
strategy strategy, everything came into place. So now we are in the stage that we are going to build our own website. So I'm very
How
proud of it.
wonderful.
Very,
How
very
wonderful.
proud of it.
That's amazing. Amazing. My next question, Sahana, is how do you approach product innovation and decide on new flavors or combinations?
Customers' feedback. The we have some very few loyal customers who are really invested in my growth and Food Lovery's growth. So these people are the best people who always tell me, give me feedback that this has to be there, that has to be there. And apart from this, we have some nutritionalists and health coaches who always tell me. And for me, trial and error, innovation uh, is the best key. And once in a week, I always keep myself in the kitchen. I do a lot of trial and errors. I go out down to the market. I do the research and then go to the malls. Which flavors are there? Which flavors are not there? So that's the thing that always excites me.
Hmm.
And like for example, makhanas, you must be knowing that you have lots of different types of
Yeah.
flavors of makhana. But then when I went and researched that sambar flavor makhana was not there. So
Hmm.
then I decided that why don't I bring sambar flavor in my thing. So we came out with this packaging like a
Oh,
sambar
wow.
makhana,
Hmm.
and which is Deepak Borade's personal favorite, and instantly it became a hit. So these are
How
the things that I
fantastic.
do.
How fantastic. And while I know you've had a lot of successes, there must have been some products that didn't work. Can you share one major product failure and what did you learn from it?
Yeah, failures are part of every success.
Absolutely.
Without failure, you will not succeed.
Correct.
So there was a product which the demand was that for this diabetic people we had to create something called something with no sugar, no jaggery, and no dates also.
Hmm.
It was a big challenge in front of me. So then I came up with something, some product which doesn't have the sugar, no jaggery, no dates.
Hmm.
So then but it did not have that stability of like a laddu. So then it failed. But then I thought for myself, with this failure, let me bounce back and get three more products of this like this. So I did my research, I did my studies, and then got three more products, and they were a hit. The-
Fantastic. Fantastic. And what were some of the sacrifices you made that were especially hard but necessary as you built Food Lovery?
Ashutosh, here I can say that it's not a sacrifice at all. It was because of me. I wanted to do this. So I'll never call it as a sacrifice myself.
Hmm.
Yeah, but building a brand by myself and one woman show, I had to do the marketing, I had to do the sales, I have to
Hmm.
go down to the this, I have to do the packaging, everything is in me. Of course, yes, I have a support of the family, but then the main thing is being an entrepreneur, the whole load is on you.
Correct.
So I couldn't think of a day off also in 5 years.
Hmm.
So I don't call it as a sacrifice. And there are times that I missed my family functions, vacations, but sacrifice does not feel as a sacrifice for me at all.
Correct.
And
Correct.
being an entrepreneur is such a beautiful journey for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As I was reading about you, you've created a workplace with dignity and respect for women.
Mhm.
How important was this goal for you personally?
Everybody who is watching this podcast must be having some house help, right?
Correct.
So did I. So respect is one thing that I always wanted to give. Before in my workplaces, few of the jobs which I did not get the respect that I wanted. So the first thing was when we started Food Lovery was that we wanted the respect for to be given to the to all the employees over here.
Hmm.
Here we don't have any hierarchy, nothing. They respect me, I respect them. And that's the reason there's so much of growth over here, and they see that growth, they see that and we have the happy environment, we have enthusiastic environment, we have empowering environment. So so it makes me feel so proud.
Yeah,
There's no
absolutely.
hierarchy at all. Absolutely no
Absolutely.
hierarchy at all.
Absolutely. You were also, had shared with me about, a huge challenge you faced when you had a lot of inventory and an event got cancelled.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. And Were these the times when you felt like quitting, but what kept you going?
Quitting though, no. It was a big no for me.
Hmm.
Yeah, there was an event. We had created a lot of inventory for a marathon race to be marathon race. 12 hours before that, we came to know that that event got cancelled. Then watch is a big thing. What was there going in my head? But in that moment also, I never thought that I should quit.
Hmm.
Only thought was what next I should do. How should I sell these inventories? It's a huge inventory, so approximately 1,000 granolas, 50 kgs of everything. So what next was just the question in my head. So I reached out to at least 50 people. What is the next event? What is the upcoming event? I called everybody. And as luck says, I got a very good opportunity where I could keep all these inventories. Rather we had to do more inventories and go for the next day.
Amazing. Hmm.
So it's all
Fantastic.
this.
Fantastic. Sahana, I have time for two more questions for you. How do you envision Foodelovery impacting the wider food industry or wellness space in future?
Yeah, I can see the shift. I can see the shift in the mindset of the people, where from mass production they're coming to home production, where they have that faith in the people, the authentic local brands. I can say people are approaching, and I can see the shift in my own customer base. And I really envision people going for authentic local brands, from mass production to local brand, from
Hmm.
quick fix protein bars to a granola bars, and from kurkure to a puffkeens.
Hmm.
So, and I am really proud that I'm being in this era where people are really thinking of changing their mindset, and we are one of the few people in this stage.
Hmm. And if someone wants to buy your products who's not in Pune, is it available on Amazon?
We are going in for new website where you will be able to buy it from online also.
Online.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. And my last question for you, Sahana. When we started, you were telling me that how, you've been a great mom, you've been a great wife, a great daughter-in-law, a great daughter, great. But, you started your own business. Um, and 45 is, young. Well, I know I started Guardian Pharmacy when I was 46.
Wow.
So if you could give yourself, your younger self, one piece of advice, when you were starting out this journey, what would that advice be? And this would be for a lot of young boys and girls who will also listen to our podcast.
Trust the process, not the destination. The
Mm,
process is as important as the destination.
mm,
Failures, setbacks, fallbacks, all a part of it. Rather, it
mm,
makes you stronger and stronger within.
mm,
More than success, the failures, the setbacks will help you grow. And
mm,
that's the reason it has helped me also grow. And I really trusted myself. And next 5 years, if I see, I'll just trust the process. And after 5 years, I will tell myself that how proud I am about myself.
amazing. Amazing.
Just trust the process.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. And on that note, I just want to say, Zahana, what a fascinating and fabulous conversation this has been for
Thank
me.
you. Thank you.
Just listening to you and the passion with which you have built for Foodelovery. I'm waiting for the day when I can get some of those products on order online, try out your granola bars and your puffkeens and so many other products that I'm sure you'll keep coming up with.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you so much.
thank you again and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Brand Called You videocast and podcast, a platform that brings you knowledge, experience, and wisdom of hundreds of successful individuals from around the world. Do visit our website www.tbcy.in to watch and listen to the stories of many more individuals. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search for the brand called You.